Nestled in the heart of Osoyoos, British Columbia, lies a forgotten relic of the past. These weathered structures are all that remain of Haynes Ranch, a once thriving cattle operation that played a pivotal role in shaping the history of the Okanagan Valley. Hey everybody, welcome back to Exploring Dirt.
Today we are here exploring the fascinating Haynes Ranch. This is really a historic site that has stood the test of time and weather to tell us a story about ambition, prosperity, and resilience. Let's go check it out.
The story begins in the late 1800s with Judge John Carmichael Haynes. Originally from Ireland, Haynes arrived in British Columbia during the Fraser Canyon Gold Rush in 1858. He quickly became a prominent figure, serving as a customs officer, gold commissioner, and judge. But it was his vision for the Okanagan Valley that left a lasting mark.
In the 1860s, Haynes acquired a massive stretch of land in the Osoyoos region. The area originally home to the Silks or Okanagan people, Haynes turned this land into one of the largest cattle ranches in the valley, laying the groundwork for what would later become Haynes Ranch.
The barn you see here was constructed around 1886, designed to house livestock and support ranching operations. The rustic wooden frame has stood for over 130 years, surviving harsh winters, intense summers, and the passage of time.
So today, the barn is one of the very last remaining structures of Haynes Ranch, and really a monument to what ranching was like in the Okanagan back in the 1800s. But the barn's history and the rest of this area's future remains uncertain. So we just walked across the street from the barn and we're heading up towards the farmhouse and the bunkhouse. So there's only the three remaining structures on this site, and it's a 1.5 story farmhouse, which was the primary residence for the farmers, and right next door is the bunkhouse. It's in pretty good shape actually. You can see down here where the porch used to be. It's awesome. Some of the old chimney. You can still have the stairs. What's left of the stairs going up. Not much left of the floorboards. That's why it's a 1.5 story. This is the only one that had the top floor. Probably where the bedrooms were, I would assume. We'll check out the other side. Probably more of the main living area. I don't know. Look at that, not much left of this side. Another couple of big snowfalls and bad winter, and there probably won't be much left. It's really sad that this hasn't been made part of a National Historic Site. Let's go head over and check out the bunkhouse. This side, it looks like this side of the farmhouse it almost looks like there was actually another side to this. And this side's all caved in. Other side's probably not long behind it. Down there, you can see the brick. I don't know if you can see that. Let's go check it out. Looks like what was probably part of their root cellar, all bricked in. So cool. And right next to it, here's the bunkhouse. We'll head over to see the bunkhouse, but you can kind of see all of this land. Most of it now is wineries and vineyards and orchards. That and protected area, conservation area. It's awesome.
Oh, there's a snake.
Huh? What?
I almost stepped on a snake.
Dan found a snake. What, where?
This little tiny one right
Oh,
there.
just a little garter snake. Check it out.
I almost stepped on him. Poor little guy.
Little guy. Ew, I hate snakes.
I'm surprised he's not sleeping yet.
At least he's not coming down from the ceiling like he
right.
was. Where was that? Camp Quinnell Forks. Yeah. Ugh. Snakes are not my favorite. Oh my goodness. So this is half of the bunkhouse. Just one story. Looks like one story. You can still see the layers of wallpaper. Fabric on the ceilings. I'm not gonna go in there because the floorboards don't look too safe. Looks like there was a fire at one point down there. And check out the other side. The brick foundation. It's just sitting on some rocks over here. It's like right off of the ground. Really is a beautiful area here. Pretty bad on this side too. You can see up here where the stove went. Amazing. You can actually, it just smells old. So awesome. Haynes Ranch may not be the bustling operation it once was, but it is a vital link to our past and a story of ambition and resilience and a story of the people who shaped this region. So if you're ever driving through Osoyoos, please don't miss out on stopping here to check out a piece of this amazing history. So we are standing in the Pioneer Cemetery in Osoyoos, where John Carmichael Haynes, the ranch that we were just at, is buried. His wife and his children and a bunch of their descendants. So we're gonna go and check it out. We just found out too that actually John Haynes's burial site, grave, was actually moved from the Groves, which is now on the Indian Reserve in Osoyoos, to here in 1949, where he is now put to rest with his loving wife. Let's go check it out.
Let's go have a look.
Here's a bunch of Haynes. These are grandchildren, I believe. Grandchildren and children, 1878.
Yeah, and this one here, Francis Olive Haynes, 1888 to 1958. And Val Haynes. I like how it just says cowboy on it.
Yes, he was a cowboy.
He was a cowboy.
Valentine Haynes was John Carmichael's son.
Born 1875 and lived all the way to 1963. I mean, that's a long time. Mm-hmm. This one is pretty much unmarked. You can't really see what's on it.
That might be John Carmichael Haynes Jr. I can see a John almost made up there.
Oh yeah.
Rest in peace, 1868 to 1948.
And here is the main guy, John Carmichael Haynes. Born July 6th, 1831. Wow. Died in 1888.
In Princeton.
In Princeton. And he's buried with his wife. Born 1842, and she died in 1908. Placed by their 6 sons and daughters in 1950.
He was the first settler here and the first judge. He has quite an amazing history. So right now we are standing on the site of the customs house that was built in 1861, 5 miles from the international border. And John Haynes was actually the first customs officer on this site. And it was built here because of the influx of gold seekers coming up and crossing the border from the U.S. that were headed to the Caribou. They actually used the old Fur Brigade Trail as one of their major routes coming across this territory to head up towards the Caribou Gold Rush.